The stinkiest bug of them all has launched another attack from FatassRyou, that stink planet, across the other side of the sun. We're going to have to respond to it. I mean, you can't have these stinky, fat, flabby-ass bugs attacking all the time, so you got to, once in a while, throw something back at them. So, here we go. Do you want to hear more? We're going to anyway.
Are here, and I'd just like to point out some of the lies Gary, the village idiot in Mendham, made in his response video to me.
Yeah, remember, lies. You see, that's a tricky word. And unless you can prove that one, that's the one the court's not going to like. The court's going to say, wait a minute, you can't use that word. Penn says so. Penn Gillette.
About this frivolous lawsuit. This is the video with a little law drama as the center pick. First of all, Gary, not all lawsuits have to face the challenge of a request for summary dismissal. That's not an automatic part of the process. Of course, it tends to be with your lawsuits because...
No, it tends to be with every lawsuit ever filed in the modern era. Okay, so why don't you do a compilation? I bet you'll find out that it's less than 1% of all legal actions that don't face a motion for summary judgment. It is routine procedure because people say, hey, I can save a lot of money if I just say, I'm innocent, the other asshole can't prove I'm guilty. You see, it makes it a lot easier, not to go to a trial and everything, to just say, hey, I'm innocent and I can prove it. Dumb ass.
So they're all a little light in the shorts when it comes to having legal merit in the first place. Secondly, your claim...
Yeah, you should back that up. I mean, it's not slander, but, it seems... you're indicating a truth. You should be able to substantiate it with something, asshole.
I couldn't understand the complaint is an outright lie, and there's nothing in my response that suggests I don't understand the complaint.
Okay, well look, I'm going to be putting your response up. I won't detail your personal life crap, but your words are undeniable. It's called a motion, and it's in a previous paragraph. I mean, you say you don't understand the charges against you. You can't comprehend them from what I have expressed to you, that the document is somehow insufficient. That's your point. You've said it. So bullshit on you to call that a lie. Again, you've got to learn how to use the right rhetoric. If you're going to get on YouTube and utter crap, have this barf fly out of your mouth, you have to have enough sense to know what you can say and what you can't say. There are rules, you see? And accountability is what you're now engaged in. And you don't like it, but it's just a fact of life.
Why you said that, though, it's because you're a stinking goddamn liar. What I said in my response is that I can't address specific claims because you haven't made any, you dumb fucker.
What? No, I'm not supposed to in a complaint, you dumb fucker. Go read the Supreme Court decisions, especially Marshall. Marshall was a really good Supreme Court justice. And there's all these eloquent statements about what a complaint is supposed to be, okay? A complaint can be written in crayon. The point of the complaint is to express that there is a legitimate cause of action, that somebody has violated your rights, and that you have a law, a statute to defend those rights with. That's all a complaint has to do, you dumb fuck.
Now you're acting as though merely using the word frivolous is somehow slanderous. I can't help using that word.
Yeah, well, whatever. The judge will be able to decide whether you knew what the word meant. All right, whether you had a cognitive understanding when you said the word frivolous, what you were saying, okay? Your intent can be calculated from context, all right? And so it's not going to be missed. It's not going to be obscure. It's not going to be invisible. It'll be quite apparent. And all I have to do is, I don't have to prove it to a beyond a reasonable doubt standard. No, I just have to prove it to a reasonable standard. So you're fucked.
Gary, because you're a frivolous person. Everything about you is frivolous. I know you have...
Yeah, well, see, the word frivolous means kind of like lighthearted and silly. Now, if you would have said the lawsuits are lighthearted and silly, you might be able to get away with that word. All right? But in the context of a discussion of some legal action, the word frivolous means that you are abusing the system, that you are deliberately cheating the system, that you intend not to do what you state you're intending to do, that you have some other ulterior motive. That's what you're going to have to prove to use that fucking word, you fucking moron. Oh, and the Nazi image is up now.
definition of what constitutes a frivolous lawsuit, and according to that definition, the only way to tell if a lawsuit is frivolous is to hook the plaintiff up to a polygraph and ask him if it's frivolous. But you know what that is, Gary?
No, that won't be the only way. Okay, the judge is going to be able to discern it from the circumstances, or the jury. They'll get it. Jones are. They'll get it.
That's a frivolous definition of the word frivolous. That's a twofer on the frivolosity meter. The thing I find most amusing about Gary's lawsuit is that he's suing me for offenses that he himself is more guilty of than I am. Is there
more guilty of than you are? So you're going to have to find in my 1,100 videos this gratuitous use of the word. You've used what, 3 or 4 times now in this video the word liar? I think in my 1,100 videos I've only used the word maybe 4 or 5 times. And everybody I've said it to, I would appreciate if they would sue me for saying it, okay? Because I think I can prove it.
anyone on YouTube who has launched more malicious, reckless, evil, defamatory personal attacks than Mendham?
Yeah, you. Of course. I mean, you're the one always with the personal attacks. So yeah, I don't even know how you're going to even come close to defending that crap. I defend individuals who get on YouTube, spout bullshit, usually about me, okay? So it's usually a counter argument against some asshole who's making some irrational and irresponsible statements. All right? So, whatever. The evidence will be presented before a judge, a fair judge, whether that's a jury or a judge itself, and they will determine whose argument even comes close to a truth here.
Calling people liars, calling people Nazis, saying that people are grotesquely obese and have a foul odor about them because their skin is caked with shit. I mean, there's no limit at all when it comes to what Gary can say about us, but he's going to try to drag Supex into court for calling him litigious.
No, well, actually, I'm going to drag him into court for calling me a liar, damn it. Okay, that was the word, and the fact that he just, for no reason whatsoever, got into a fight that was none of his business and used my clip in a derogatory, deliberately, maliciously derogatory way. He used my content and perverted it. Like I said, we can all play that game. There's nobody. I can go through anybody's video whose face is on YouTube. I can find the most ugly face, the distortion of their face possible out of those clips, and make an icon out of it. So what is that? Is that an argument? Is that some kind of way to engage in a conversation? No, it's bullshit. And so if there's a technicality, I can say a reason why I can say fuck that, then I'm going to use it.
I don't think your defamation claim is going anywhere in Mendham. Your copyright claim is even weaker. You know what your intellectual property is worth, Gary? People use it to wipe their asses after taking...
Well, that's not all that copyright's about, is the value of intellectual property. It's also about destroying the value of property, destroying the integrity of property. So it's kind of like, you can't fuck with somebody's art. You can't do a lot of things under copyright. So, whatever.
Taking in e-shit. Nobody would steal your content. We have merely used your image or clips from your videos in making response videos, which is something you gave us blanket permission to do.
No, I didn't. I gave you blanket permission to use, to not strip context from my clips, to not distort. I clearly said you can't distort them or fuck with them, and you've distorted and fucked with them. So you've simply, obviously broken the conditions I placed on that use.
And something you've done many more times than we have. But if I understand...
did I distort you in this use? No, I didn't distort you in this use,
correctly, what happens inside that bowl of oatmeal you use for a brain? You believe that if your you believe that your copyrights have been violated when somebody uses a bit of your content in a video that, in your opinion, defames your character. Is that about it? Fair use doesn't apply in that circumstance, right? Well...
Yeah, you can't fairly break into my house and then use my gun to shoot me, okay? You have to go buy your own gun to shoot me, or however you want to make the metaphor. But yeah, you can't have my content to use as a weapon against me, all right? You have to come up with your own fucking weapons, dickhead.
That's a bit of a bizarre theory, Gary, but if those are the rules you want to play by, I'm game. So let me tell you this. If you ever use another audio clip or any other content from one of my videos, I will file a DMCA complaint against that video and this one that I'm responding to now, which...
Well, great. Go ahead. I'm all for it, okay? Because that'll put it right before the judge again. The judge will be able to see who's using the DMCA honestly and who's using it dishonestly. Because obviously I haven't committed any violence against your fair use rights. And certainly you're one advocating more fair use rights than I am. So here you're advocating that the law shouldn't be too restrictive, and yet you're going to abuse the law to place a restriction. So your hypocrisy would be grotesque in the circumstance. You'd obviously not be, when you were swearing to the statement, you wouldn't be sincerely swearing to it. So you know, go ahead, make my day is what I'll say to you. Make my day. DMCA this video, please. Go ahead. All right, make my case for me.